I think we talked about tasks and task flows, right? Yeah, like how
Yes,
to
correct.
convert a template to executable form. So that's where task would be used for. And then after that, we have talked about how to make multiple tasks to talk to each other, right? So, but we have done that in a sequential mode, but it have not been executed in parallel mode. Yeah. So that part is left over. Besides to that, we have also not seen multiple other steps that are supported by Taskflows asset. So that also need to be taken. Reply is coming, huh? Umesh?
I did not hear
Fine.
from her.
That's
Let
fine.
me
Let's
go through.
wait. Yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's continue. Let's see. Yeah. So today we'll try to focus on do we have any way to take care of task in different way? If yes, how do you do that? Second, in case if we have different types of tasks, can we get it executed in a sequential and also in parallel mode? That's the second aspect. And third, there are multiple steps supported as part of task flows. How are we going to make use of those steps in order to build a complete task flow so that we could able to meet part of the business requirement or complete set of business requirements. So that's what we are going to focus on today's session, right? So that's a plan. And once we complete that, right, I think, yeah, then we can start getting into so other aspects. I think parameterization part we discussed, but we talked about parameterization at what task level only, like how to build a parameter file and add one or more parameters and start getting it referred as part of relevant task. So that also has been discussed with practical examples. Yes, sir. Yeah. So now let us try to focus on other types of tasks followed by task flows. Then we'll talk about how are we going to take care of parameterization at mapping level or source level or target level or any transformation level. So I think we talked about earlier in iics we can achieve what 100 percentage of parameterization, right? Theoretically we talked about it. Now today we are going to see like how we could able to achieve it practically at mapping level and also each of the transformation level as well. Yeah. So there are three important topics that we are going to see. Yeah? Let us see one by one. The first and foremost thing is what? Good morning, Vipna. So first and foremost thing is what?
Good morning.
So we have got task. Let me try to share my desktop. Yeah. So I hope all of you could able to see my desktop, right?
Yes.
It's coming up. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
So let me try to get in. Yeah. So let us get into data integration service. Okay, server is not ready. Yeah? Let's see what is happening here. I know your thing is ready, right, Amir? Let's see if it doesn't work. No, then we'll use that.
Yeah, let me check. I have not logged in.
I think let's see here. If it doesn't, then we'll go. Oh, it is starting up. Yeah, fine. So meantime, plan will try to create some task. Yeah. So we have got different types of tasks, right? I think mapping task we discussed and synchronization also we discussed, right? Replication part we have not discussed. Yeah. See, normally we use this replication task in order to make a copy of one media to other media. For example, let's say local file, and we need to have a copy of that data in some other regions, like a Western region, Asia Pacific region, whatever. So in such cases, we can use what? Replication task to take care of it. Clear, right? So now let us try to perform that. But can you see here, we have to have with a Salesforce database connection. So let us see. I think we have not done database also, right? Let's see.
Yeah, we have not. Correct.
So, Narsimha, you're saying when we are connecting to any database, this is the only task that we have to create?
No, no, no. Not database. If you want to make a copy of one media to other media, like a Salesforce to file or database to file. So database table in, let us say, in India. Now,
Mhm.
due to some natural calamities, right? Something can go wrong, but we should not lose the data. In that
Mm.
case, we can use this task so that we can make a copy to some other region, like Western region or some other region, so that if something goes wrong here, we can always get the data back from other regions. You got right?
Or disaster recovery kind.
Exact. That's one example I'm giving. So likewise, you can think of many examples. Yeah.
Okay.
See, now we cannot see anything here because we don't have any database connection defined yet. Huh? Let us try to build that connection. Huh? So we'll go here, but we have to have database, right? Let's see, where do we have database? Which one? So we need a connector in order to connect to your database. Yeah? Let us see, where do we have that connector? ext drivers. Yeah, can you see here? We got MySQL connector. So 8012. So we need to get it copied to where? Wherever we have installed latest agent, right? That's where we need to go. So latest is 14. Huh? Let's see. Oh, we need to restart. Huh? Yes. This way we need to copy this, right? Now once you copy it, restart actually agent. That's fine. We can do this example later on also. So that's the first thing we need to do. After that, so we also have to do what at admin level, we need to make sure that whether this particular connector is available at admin level or not. If not, we need to
Narsima,
get
can
it.
you please again explain the same steps? I missed those steps. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you
First
repeat
thing we
once
need to
again?
make
It's a
sure
little
that
confusing.
connector need to be copied in ext drivers. Can you see here? You got right?
So any database that you are connecting to, those
Yes,
connectors should be copied over.
exactly.
Is
Those
this the
connectors should be
Uh,
there.
default even on the projects? But these connectors should be taken care by the admins, right? Mostly you would not even have access to these
Admin
folders.
only. Yes, you are right. This admin job. Yeah. So,
Okay.
but assuming that you are going to play role of admin also, right? In that
Okay.
case, you need to know this.
Okay.
Sometimes what
and
happens
how did
is
we get this file? How did we get this
we can
file?
download. You can get it from Google. Huh?
Okay.
Java
It's a
file.
free
Okay.
open. Yeah. And then make sure
Okay.
that
So this is for the Salesforce connector. Is that correct?
no, so MySQL.
Okay. MySQL connection. Okay.
See here now
So,
the
but
service is not
these,
started. Yeah, yes, please.
yeah. So you can get it from the online, the connector, like it will have the port details or something like that. And then admins will
Just jar
take care
file.
of
That's
this
all.
one.
Yeah, admin only.
Jar.
This part
Oh,
as well as MySQL installation also. They'll take care. Yeah. So, but
okay.
anyway, I have installed it. So now we are trying to start this service. Now it is started, right? So we can try to connect it. Yeah. Yeah.
This is the Java file. Which one?
This is a jar file. Yeah. Jar means Java archive.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Okay.
You see executable jar file, right?
Mhm.
So now we are trying to check whether we could able to connect to MySQL server or not. Oh, what happened? Fine, it's working, right? So that's it. After that, we can see what all the databases available. So then
So,
we can
so
also,
Narsimha, just one
yeah,
thing. I'm sorry. It's little. So you are downloading the SQL, and then you're connecting to the SQL, correct?
yes. So we have
So,
downloaded, installed also MySQL server. We have just started the service now, right?
okay.
The server is
So,
ready.
did you show us how to do that? Because if in case if we want to practice,
Like how to
how did
install,
you
huh?
do? Yes, how to install?
Simple. So you just have to go to Google. So download MySQL server 5.4.7. Can you see here? This is a link. So
Okay.
here you can specify the version 5, 4, whatever, right? You can also use latest also. So I've just installed yeah, any version is fine. Take this, then you
Mm-hmm.
will have this edition. You can just select it and
And then
then
you have
download.
to install that.
So exactly, that's the one way. And this is archived version. There's one more link which I'll talk about it. Yeah.
How to get the connection once? What is the? How did you get that?
You can search for MySQL connector 8012. You'll get it. So this is the one more link. So here you can see here this is a version. So
Mm-hmm.
then OS you can specify any bit 32 or 64. So then
Mm-hmm.
you will see all the installables. Can you see here?
Yeah.
So you can just select appropriate installer to install it. Yeah. So this is a one other way. For example, we have MSI installer plus GPro. GPro means we need to take care of configuration like environment settings, all that. This in this case we don't need to take care. It will take care. So this is the second way. And third way also we can just yeah, this is also fine. Yeah, here I think we have already seen it, right? So yeah, for instead of all, right, you can just select Windows any bit. Yeah, so you can see, right? So GP1 and also this also GP1, but in this case we need to set the path setting, like where we have MySQL server, right? That path we need to set. That's all. But anyway, we have to install it. Yeah. After that, there is one more, right? That is connector, right? MySQL connector 8.0.12 jar download. Can you see here? This one. So you can search for it. You will get it from here. Can you see here? jardownload.com. So here you will have a download option to download. Yeah. Can you see here? Download. Click on download. So that's it. See, it's trying to download. Yeah. You got right? Or else I'll just put it in Google, right? You can download. Anyway, it's available. It's a free, right? Open source.
Okay.
Yeah. So now you can see here. See, it is downloaded. Jar files, right? Yeah. Now within that, go to downloads and then copy this somewhere, temp folder. I'll just create one temp folder. Yeah, temp. Yeah. Fine. And paste it. Yeah. Now if you extract that, you'll get that. So jar files. Yeah, can you see here? This one. So this we need to copy it onto that location where we have got data integration server. Yes or no? So copy and go to that location where we've installed this agent, right? Program files, Informatica Cloud Secure Agent, then apps, and then data integration server, then on the ext, then on to drivers. Here you need to copy. You got right? I think now both you understood, right? Like how to install
Yes,
MySQL server,
yes, yes.
and second, how to download MySQL connector. Once it is done, then the third step is what we need to go to administrator, yeah, and go to runtime environments. So here, so we need to set what? We need to select this. We need to set this environment, which is for jar file, right? There is an environment variable which we call jar. So against that, we need to make sure the jar file is specified there. So that we need to make sure. Yeah. Can you see here? MySQL JDBC driver jar name. MySQL connector 8012. So whatever this guy expects, right? Same thing you have just downloaded, right? Yes or no? 8012. But in case if you have downloaded anything other than this, no, then what we need to do? We need to change the name here by clicking on edit agent, then specify whatever version that you have downloaded. You got right? Yes or no? Guys?
Correct. So you went to configuration and you see all these default settings.
Exactly. Default things are there, but If the jar name is same, it's okay. If not,
Correct.
we need to check this
Agree.
also, right?
Yes.
Clear, right? Ekulas Sagarka.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So that's it. Now, once it is done, then we need to restart agent actually. Hmm. So let me close that. Let me check. Because we did not do any change, right? So now we can just go to Informatica Cloud Secure Agent. Yeah, prior to that, we can also try to configure in integration. Because when we copied it, that time it was starting up. So, but during that time, if it has picked up, it's okay. If not, we need to restart. Let us see. Yeah. Now let's say we are trying to build a new mapping. So during that time, we'll try to create a new connection to get it connected to the database. Yeah. So let's say we have the source and let's say we are trying to create a new connection. Yeah, let's say I'll just put here MySQL connection, right? So can you see here? These are the multiple connection types supported by iics, right? Now we can pick up MySQL. So we can also install Oracle also. So remember, guys, if you install any database, right, it is always advisable to go with what enterprise edition, so that you won't get to see any performance problems, and also you don't find it difficult to connect also. You know? So both of them can be resolved if you go with what enterprise edition. Community edition will have what limited capabilities. Yeah. So now let us say we selected this and specify the username and password and host where this particular server has been installed and get it tested. So can you see here connection attribute? So we have not given all the details. Can you see in the bottom database name? Yeah. So now let us try to create our own database from the backend. Create database name. Let us say T1. Right? Now once you create, we can get into that particular database. That's a use T1. Now within that, do we have any tables over here? No. Now let us create one table. Create table name, which is let's say test followed by one column, which is A. Now if you look at the tables, right, you could able to see one table here. Yes or no? Now let us try to insert sample data to it. So by using what? Insert into this particular table. Yeah. Then followed by values. That's a 1, 2, 3. Fine. After that, we can get it committed and see whether we have got data in this particular table or not. So we have it. Yes or no, guys? I hope we're all on the
Yeah.
same page. See, I am trying to
Yes.
show everything from the scratch so that you will understand end to end. Remember that. Yeah. Logically, these things, right, like database creation, table creation, should be done by backend guys. This is database administrators. But assuming that you are going to play a role of all admin, developer, tester, whatever, right? So I'm keeping in mind that perspective. That is why I'm trying to talk about end to end so that you will not have any gap at all. You got right? Nipula, Umer, and Sagarika.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now let us try to supply this whatever details that we have given here. So database name is what? What name we have? T1, right? Then just go to the top and see what created.
Test, I
See,
think.
we created T1, right? Yes or no?
Mhm.
So we need to supply T1 here. Then tables will be supplied at the time of pulling the data, but at the time of building a connection, right, it is not required, right? Now let us try to test it. Yeah, see here, the connection is successful because data integration server, it was in starting stage. That time we made a copy. That's it, picked up. That's it. Or restart is required. So that's it, guys. I hope you all have understood like how to create a connection. And before we create a connection, what are the prerequisites that we all have to take care? That also we talked about it. Yes or no? If you have any questions, right, with respect to what I call scratch, till we made the connection successful. If you have any questions, you can shoot out now. So that's it. Yeah. So with this, we know how to take care of database configuration in scratch. Now let us go to select and see, do we have any DB objects underneath or not? We have one because just now we created one test table. Yes or no? So that is why we could able to see the entry over here. Yes or no? That's it. Yeah. Like I think in flat files also we did the same thing, right? So we just created a folder and then file. Thereafter, we refer that file, right? And then say OK. So that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Clear, guys? Now let us try to preview the data. See, we got it. So which means we could able to talk to database server and then start pulling the data onto this Informatica cloud. That's it, guys. So this is how end-to-end configuration for database that could be done. Yes, Anna, because we have got 1, 2, 3 in this table, right? So if you look at, yeah, if you have done, if you do the select start from table, we could able to see that particular data here. Same thing we can see as part of Informatica Cloud also, right? That's it. This tells us what? Like, yes, we have done the complete configuration successfully without any problems, right? So that's it. After that, we can have any target. So
Apart
yeah,
from this MySQL command line, do we have any tool to interface with the database?
yeah, we can use this like MySQL workbench. Yeah, so we can use workbench also. Yeah, if you have installed it, but I have not installed it. Like for example, if you go to Toad, right? Toad is there.
Okay,
SQL
Toad also
development.
can be used to
Yeah, we can use
interact with the
anything.
data.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, we are just talking about very simple things, right? That's why I'm using SQL prompt. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
got
yes,
it.
in reality, we'll be using SQL developer or Toad or some other workbenches. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, MySQL also, I got MySQL workbench. I have not installed it. That's it. So now let us apply the target and see whether we could able to get the result in the target specified or not. Yeah. Yes. So let's create new runtime. So MySQL target, right? MySQL tgt dot txt. That's it. So we are just trying to understand here, like how to pull the data from DB and get it transferred to some other media. Simple straight-through transformation without any intermediate manipulation. Right now, let us try to specify the mapping name, which is MySQL to flat file. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now let us try to run it. Yes. Yeah. So let's wait for a while. So meantime, if you have any questions or if any clarification needed, right, please let me know so that we can get in.
We did the configuration and you said you have to restart, right? Did we do that? Because you said you'll do something else and then we started working on the.
Yes, because it was about to start, right? See, there are multiple servers, right? Common integration server, process server,
Okay, okay,
then data integration
okay,
server. Other servers were ready, but DIS was not ready. During that time only we made a copy. So that is why it is picked up, right?
okay. But if we do
Yeah.
in configurations and the integration service is not up, we have to restart it again to
Ready,
pick
right?
these
In that
changes,
case, we
right?
need to restart.
Okay.
Yes, yes, you are right. Actually, there is an environment problem, database to target, right? Data transfer. So yeah, it is, see, it is successfully completed, right? Because we have got only one row in it. Now let us verify in the target. Just see target. See, we got it. So this is the end-to-end coverage, like how to configure database and how to build a mapping. And prior to that, we have also created a connection and then started off executing this particular mapping to look at the result. That's it. This is a complete coverage, guys, about database. I hope it is clear from start to end. Yes or no?
Yes, nice one.
Okay, clear. Now let us say, so we need to make a what you call this particular what?
Okay.
So we need to start what you call getting into replication task now, right? Yeah. So go to task. Now we have got database ready, right? So it supports source either Salesforce or database. That's so one is ready. I'll talk about Salesforce also later. So now to understand this replication task, one of them is ready, either Salesforce or database. Let's say DB2 5 example, right? Can you see here? So database. Now we can see one entry in the drop down. Now the question under this, all objects means all the DB objects, right? So data from all the tables, example, they'll be transferred to a target. Now we have got only one that will be transferred to a target. Target means specified target location. Let's click on next. If you want to exclude also, we can do it. So by default, all the objects. Yeah. So let us say target connection we are using. So by default, this target prefix is SF. SF indicates Salesforce, but you can put here DB underscore because we are dealing with a database. Can you see here? Now, replication options. Do you want incremental loads after initial whatever, right? We can select it, or deletion also we can select it. Commit also will be taken care. So now click on next. Now we can specify what fields need to be taken care. If you want to exclude some of them, you can click on specify, or else you can just ignore this. I think we have seen this kind of thing in synchronization transformation, right? While applying filter. Yeah. So you can see the next option, filter also. Yeah. If you want to limit the number of rows, we can set any filter condition. If the input data satisfy this filter condition, then data would not get transferred based on the condition. Let's say we have got a1, 2, 3 equals, or you can also put less than, greater than, whatever. You can put, let's say, greater than 1 example, right? And if you want to build onto one's query, right, we can also do it by using expression, whatever. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. Now
So
click
what
on
did you
finish,
select
and we all know
that what did you select that incremental load or something
advanced.
in that
Nothing, default full load, which is complete data.
full load? Okay, okay.
Yeah. Now click on next. Yeah. Now can you see here? Here I think we talked about this stuff we've discussed, notification part, and then we can also see pre-post commands anyway. This is similar to earlier. Finish. That's it.
So this is more like this is pre-created templates, right? For people who are not really that much technical. I mean, they don't have experience. They have created these templates for
Exactly.
them.
These tasks are basically for people who does not have technical expertise.
Yes.
So yeah, because we don't need to build a code, right? We just have to perform drag and drop and supply connections. And other things like putting a filter condition, excluding column, they're all optional. If you want, we can do it, or else you can ignore. Yeah, click on run.
So, Narsimha, so you are saying that we are copying the tables um, from some MySQL database to some file location, to the file, right? Is that
Exactly.
correct?
From target location. Yeah, perfect.
So did we specify which database? Because in real time, there
Yeah,
can be multiple databases, right?
yes, we specified, we selected connection, right? MySQL connection. In that connection, there's only
Mm-hmm.
one schema, which is a T1 schema, right? So that we specified as part of MySQL connection configuration. Like we specified T1, right? Plus we also specified test schema. And
Yeah,
under that,
yeah.
yeah,
But in the replication task, I don't see which database to copy, right? Because we didn't
we
specify that
specified that.
data.
We specified that. So let me show it again. So go back to this. If you go to, we specified MySQL connection.
Yeah.
Can you see here? MySQL connection. We click on view. Let me show it again. Yeah,
Okay. So inside it is specified which database
exactly.
to
See,
connect.
here's the database name. This is a T1.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So T1 is this. We
So,
created, right? Database.
okay.
This one is
And
created.
then you
Under that,
actually,
all
yeah.
the tables. Yeah.
So it will copy all the tables from that database to
So,
some to the files, and even with the data filter also you can specify. That's what you did, right?
exactly.
For
Exactly.
each table. Okay.
Yes. If you want, we can specify filter condition, or else it's optional.
It doesn't make sense, right? Because there can be different database tables, and then the data can be varying, right? Like each structure can be different.
That is fine. For each table also you can specify condition. Vipula. For example, let us say
Okay.
we got a supplier data and vendor data. We expect suppliers from, let's say, some T1 or tier 1. Then we specify only supplier from supplier table. If it matches tier 1, only those records will be sent to a target. But from other table, let's say all the records. So we don't touch. Yeah. So depending upon whatever is expected by the customer, we can specify appropriate filter condition if needed. That's an optional condition. Okay?
So each table level, you can define the filter condition. That's what you're saying.
Yes, yes, exactly. For example, if you go here, right? So you will see filter condition with columns, columns. So in the drop down, we can see columns. Yeah. So go here. See here, if you click on this, yeah. So here on the left side, you can see, right? On this table, this is a column. Similarly, if you have other tables, right? You can select other tables corresponding field and condition. Got right?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So that's it. Now I think we executed already. Let's go to my jobs. Yes, it is successful. That's it. Now, what is the target file name? db underscore. Can you see here? We got it. db underscore test. Test is what? Table name. db underscore is what? Prefix we gave, right? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, correct.
Yes. Now we can just open and see the data. Yeah. So we got it, right? So that's it. Now let us say we create one more table. Yeah. So let's say create table T2 or test1 example. So B integer example and then insert into test1 B followed by values 111, right? And then comment, right? Now in this case we have got two tables, so we can try to restart. Logically speaking, it should create what? Multiple targets. Yeah. One for test table, other for test one table. See here, there are two tasks. See, earlier we have seen only one task, right? Two tasks means for each table, there will be corresponding tasks. That's what it means. We click on two tasks, so there will be two sub tasks. Test 2 and test 1. See here. Test 1 second time we are executing. -2 means for second run. And test this one is what? For another table. Yeah. This is for test table, this is for test 1 table. Yeah. See here. One record from each of those tables. Yeah. So now we can verify that. See here in the target, two tables have been created, right? Two separate files. One for each table, right? Yes or no? So this I think we have already seen it. Yeah. So this we have seen it already. Now test one. Yeah. So that's it. So triple one we added just now, right? Yes or no? So we added, yeah, triple one. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So this way we could able to take care what getting the data from multiple tables. I hope it is clear, right? Yes or no?
Nashima, did we create the second target also manually or
No,
DB
no. We don't need to
first one?
specify. Say DB underscore. Yeah, that will take care by itself. We
Mhm.
don't need to do it explicitly. Yeah.
Because
So let
one
me
you
show where
created,
we have done.
if I remember, you
Can you see
created
here?
one table,
Sagarika.
created runtime. Yes.
Sagarika, all objects. All means what?
Okay.
All the tables. Now, if you go to
Mm-hmm.
target, target is specified TB underscore. Can you see here? Prefix,
Okay.
which means
Okay.
for each table, there is going to be
Mm-hmm.
what is the corresponding suffix added here. Suffix means table name. Got
Mm-hmm.
no?
Mm-hmm. No. The first time you created something, created
Means
runtime,
for
right? Something you.
no, that is for mapping
Oh,
we did. But this is task, replication task. So
okay.
what you are
Okay.
asking is a separate thing. So this one.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Yeah. Yeah.
separate.
Now
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is a mapping actually. This where we gave target, MySQL target, right? Yes or no? That is over.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, we
Mm-hmm.
started with understanding replication task, right? So
Mm-hmm.
within that,
Mm-hmm.
as part of target, we specified DB underscore because if we have multiple
Mm-hmm.
objects, like we selected all
Mm-hmm.
objects, right, in the source.
Yeah.
For
Two
every
tables. Yeah. Yeah.
object, there is going to be separate.
Mm-hmm.
There is going to be separate target file, right?
Okay. Okay.
So that's why we specified prefix rather than explicit table name. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Is it clear? Ipula and Umer, I think you got it right. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Fine. So that's it about application task. Yeah? So now let's move on to. Let me close all. Yes. Now it's empty. Right? Now let's move on to other types of tasks. Can you see here under integration? These are templates, guys. We don't need to build it. I'm just trying to show some examples. All are not required. Yeah? For example, joining data from two sources. Let's go with what? Using template instead of coding it. Let us see how does it look like because we have already done one example in what like how to perform inner join. Yes or no? So click on
Mm-hmm.
create and see how it works. Yeah? That's a mapping task underscore join. Like Umar was trying to say, right? Like a how to or like this part doesn't require any coding. So even customers also they can just perform these actions, right? Fine. So now let us see. So can you see here? This is the one. So they have already kept the template which is ready to use. We just have to supply the input. That's all. Clear, right? Yeah. Click
Mm-hmm.
on next. Yeah. So here we need to specify the connection, source connection, target connection, all that. Yeah. So source connection, single. So here we can type SEQ to get all the files starting with SEQ. That's SEQ1. Click on select. Yeah. Now connection 2. Yeah. Let us specify it. And click on select. SQ. Yeah, SQ2. Click on select. Click on next. Yeah. Now we have done, right? We selected inner join anyway. So that condition is already implicit. Now specify the target. Yeah. Yeah. So let's say SAQ. Yes. Yeah, existing target, right? So we can select any target. Yeah. That's it. Click on next. Yeah. Can you see here, guys? Now we can build like what is the source, what is target, all that. Yeah. Expression, right? Let's say we are using SRC C1. Yeah. Validate. This is expression is valid, right? Yes or no? And then say okay. That's over. Similarly, we can use what? Second source. This is a master, right? This is a detail. Second source. So here also we can specify SRC2. That's SRC1, right? Earlier. And then validate. Yeah. Yeah, see here, this is valid. Yeah. Then say okay. Oh, right. Now can you see here? This is the first source SRC C1 whatever, and SRC1 C1 is SRC2 C1. Then you can just map to this particular target. Yeah. Example C1 to C1. Yeah. See, once a map, right, you could able to see the corresponding expression here. So likewise, you can also do others also. No? So that's it. And click on next. That's all. So these things we know already, right? So now if you want to apply any parameterization, we can also supply here. Yeah. So if needed, or else it's not required. So can you see here? This is a push down automation example. Create temporary or push down, right? Temporary sequence also. Video push down, right? Click on finish. Yeah. That's it. Is it clear to everyone? Like how to configure join,
Yes.
right? Just specify two sources, connection details, right? And one target. And then third is what? Condition based on C1 from source 1, C1 from source 2. After that, we just mapped it. Like what has to be transferred to a target. That's all we did. Yeah. So did we do any coding yet? No, right? But yes. So little bit of knowledge is required. Not much like what we do in mapping, right? So that much of knowledge is not required. Yeah. See now mapping task join. That is, see, it's completed already. There are 4 rows, we got it. Clear, no? Now we can see the result. Where is that? This one, right? That's what we specify. See, we got 4 rows. 1, 4. So because in both the sources, we can look at the data also. Let us say source and SEQ1. Yeah, this is a one thing. 1, 4, we have it here. Yes or no? And second source, we will see it. It's SEQ2. See, 1, 4, we have it. Only matching records only, we got it in the target. Yeah. Unmatched ones, we don't get to see that. That's it. So this is how we could able to get the result of what join, which is the inner join, by using this task, pre-built task, or we can say template. Is it clear to everyone? Umair, Ipula, and Sagarika?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
fine. So that's it, guys, about one more task. Yeah. So likewise, you can think of many other tasks. Yeah. So that I think you guys can take the exercise. Yeah. So now let us start getting into task flows. Yeah. Yeah. So linear task flow, I think we all have understood, right? Yes or no? So executing multiple tasks in an order manner, or we can say sequential manner, which is one after another. That we have done it. Parallel thing we have not done. Let us try to do one example. But whatever you can see,
So
this one,
what is that
this,
linear task flow and then sequential tasks? They're both as different, right?
this one, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So we can run here consecutive, but here is not a consecutive, right? But anyway, we'll see with an example, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So here you have what you call dependency. It's with the first task, let's say successful or failed or thrown up warning, right? Based on that, subsequent tasks would get executed. But in case of this, after successful completion of first task, then only second task would get executed. Anyway, we'll see that. Yeah.
Mhm.
So now let us go with what? Parallel task. Parallel task means we can run multiple tasks simultaneously. In a sense, let us say if you want to run 2 tasks at the same time, then we can go with selection of parallel tasks. For instance, let us say we need to pull out the data from multiple states, but for each state, data differs, right? So let the execution happens in a what you call in the same at the same time. In that case, we go with this particular parallel task. Yeah. So now click on create.
So you click on the parallel task and then you're going to create, right?
Yes, yes. We are going to understand how to create how to run multiple tasks at the same time. Like we have got a data task, right? That's one of the step.
Mm.
So we'll have 2
Mm.
data tasks. That's it. Nothing else. Let it come up. We'll see. Yeah. Can you see here? So now
Yeah.
start step is going to be the entry point to run any task flow. For instance, if you select start, right, wherein we could able to see what I call start configuration. By default, it uses what? REST or SOAP API. But if you want to make the triggering mechanism or messaging system, then we go with what? Event-based option. Yeah. And then in case if you want to supply any input fields to this particular task flow, then we go with what? Input fields. Similarly, output and temporary fields will be used only for the manipulation or else it is not required. So advanced options normally we don't use it. If needed, we can also specify send email and suspension to appropriate mail recipients, and then we can also skip if it is running, suspend on false. False means, as I said earlier, in iics we've got a fault handling mechanism where we can see what went wrong if something bad happened, right? As part of fault handling. Let us see that anyway. Now, once we are done with that, next we can go to parallel pass. That is one of the step that we can see. These are all steps, guys. So step we call. Each thing is a step. Now, if you look at here, this is going to be the one of the step. So what it does, it is going to help us to run multiple paths at the same time. Which means this path is a one sort of execution, another path is another sort of execution. In the sense, this task can run on its own, and this also will run on its own. Like for example, state 1 will be used for data task 1, state 2 would be used for data task 2. But if you think from what I call execution perspective, both will start at the same time. But end time would differ from task 1 to task 2 because it all depends on how many rows that we have from each of the state. If the state 1 contains 1 million rows, it would take, let's say, 10 minutes. If this state 1 contains only 100,000 rows, it would take what? 1 second or 1 minute. So, which means the time taken to complete each of those tasks would differ based on what? Volume of data, and also the where we execute this particular task. Where, in the sense, are we running in low-end system or medium system or high-end system? That also matters a lot. Yeah, that's it. Once it is done, parallel step gets ended here, where we are able to see what does path 1 contains, what does path 2 contains, in the sense which task we are trying to execute. Now we can specify here data task. So let us click on select. Yeah. So and then by now we would have built multiple tasks, right? For instance, one task we are trying to perform join here, other task we are trying to perform, let's say, single task or single source system data, right? So let us try to configure that as well. So let's say this is an independent task. It doesn't have multiple source systems, right? In this case, we are dealing with a single source system. Here we are dealing with what? Two source systems. That's it. Yeah. So, but we don't need to care about whether they are the similar task or not. But what we care here, we just have to make them to get executed at the same time. That is our main goal of this particular parallel paths. Yeah. So other properties are optional, like input fields, events, error handling. If needed, we can configure. If not needed, we can ignore them. That's it. And once it is done, in case if you want to specify something as a result of this particular parallel path execution, we can specify it, or else it is an optional thing. Similarly, and if this particular task flow got successful, then HTTP status 200 means what? Everything is fine. There's no problem. But if anything other than, let's say, this particular status code, so we can get to see appropriate error code and corresponding error message. That's it. Which means once we have reached this endpoint, right? Which means if everything is fine, we'll come to this particular step, which is the end step, or else we'll not get here. That's it. Yeah. And then save it. Yeah. Clear, guys, to everyone on this
Yeah.
particular parallel path execution? Yeah.
Yes.
See, it's very simple. Like we all know that if you take any operating system, right, we got what? Parallel processing or parallel threading or multi-threading or multi-processing. In case of multi-processing, we execute multiple processes at the same time. In case of multi-threading, we execute multiple threads at the same time. As we all know that Informatica follows what? Multi-threaded architecture, meaning what? We are going to run multiple threads at the same time. Clear, right? So that's it. Multiple threads means for each thread, there is going to be separate task. Yeah. Yes, it is trying to execute here. Where is that? Task flow, right? This one. So we need to execute it. So if you want, we can publish. So before that, yeah, if you want, we can also publish. Publish means we are trying to make this particular task flow available outside iics also. Let us try to run it. See who are running here. So both will be running in parallel. You can just click and see. See, both are running. One got failed. We don't care whether it's successful or failed. We don't need to worry. See here, they are trying to make use of same what you call resource. That's why we got this particular error. Yeah. So we specified same join. Let us see what it contains. Let it get executed. So we can see start time, right? Both have started at 7:14. Right? So that indicates so both are started simultaneously. Yeah.
Refresh.
Yes, please.
No, why the first one failed?
Because it is trying to make use of same resource. Like we got exclusion, right? Mutual exclusive, which means what? We can try to make use of one or we can run one instance at the same time. So we are trying to run what? Two instances. That is why we are getting that error. Yeah. See here, one got failed, other got successful. That's it. Yeah. We can see the reason also. Reason we have seen already. Another instance is running, right? See here. So which means make sure that these two tasks are what? Independent. This is a task join, right? Yes or no? And we
Mm-hmm.
specified again another also, whatever is successful, right? That is also joined. So both are getting executed at the same time. That should not happen, right? So now let us try to fix that. So go here and specify. This is a join, right? First one is a join. Now second one, you can get in here and see here instead of join, right? You can specify some other task which does some other activity where there is no any collision with respect to task usage. Okay. So let us select this another task. So that's it. Yeah. See, second time they are running, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, now both are running in parallel. But now we can't see error because these two tasks are independent in nature, which means what? There is no any collision with respect to what? Resource usage. That is why we don't get to see any failure over here. You got right?
Mm-hmm.
So let us try to refresh this. Yeah, see here. So this guy has got 6 rows, and whereas this guy has got 4 rows only. Because matching records will be transferred here. This all the records will get transferred task 1. That's all, guys. Now we can see the result in the target also. Yeah. So task test. Yeah. See here, this is a test task result where we can see all the rows, right? So that's it. And other one is what, which is a join condition, right? So we have already seen that. We are trying to see it again because parallel task. That's it. Yeah. So this way we can run n number of tasks at the same time. Yeah. So clear to everyone? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now let us start getting into what other types. Yeah. So parallel task we did, linear we did. So now sequential. So in case of linear, we understood, right? So we can specify based on the warning or error, we can just add tasks. Yeah. Let me show it again so that you can see the difference between this and sequential, right? So this is this one, that's a join, right? And then see here, stop on error, stop on warning. So these kinds of things, we don't do it explicitly in sequential. So, here, let's say DB. So that's it. Likewise, you can add n number of tasks which can be executed in ordered manner. This is one after another. Yeah. So let us try to run linear task order. Yeah. Now run it. Yeah, it's running. You can clearly see what is running, what is completed. Yeah, see, first is completed and second one is still running. Second one has got 2 subtasks. Yeah, see, they're also executing sequential. Yeah, so let's go back. See, Jan got completed, right? So after completion of one, then only other one will get started. Yeah. It's clear, right? Sagarika, this part is clear, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let us try to refresh this. See, it processed only 2 rows. So now we can just refresh. See here, replication thing 1 and join. You can see timestamp here, 2052. This is 51. First, this guy got over, then followed by database. task. Yeah. Clear, no? Anyway, this we know what is join, what join does, right? So that we have already seen it. In this table data also we have already seen it. So this is one row. Wait. That's it. This is one table data, this is other table data. Like how to execute multiple tasks one after another. Now let us go with what sequential task. See, can you see here? So task 1, task 2. But stop on error, stop on warning, those things we have to take care by ourselves here. Yeah. So which is not the case with the linear task flow. Yeah. So let us specify this. It's just a template. We are just following that template, nothing else. Yeah. Correct, no? That's all over.
So, so,
Now we can.
so in linear, when we are selecting linear, we can even execute 3 to 4 tasks, right? And but here you can execute only 2 tasks.
No, we can
Or
add
you
n
can,
number. Yeah. Yes, in linear
and
tasks we can add n number of tasks. You are right. But here we have 2. But we can also add some more also. Like for example, can you see here?
oh,
We
okay,
can
you can
add it.
add that.
But there also we can add n number of tasks. By default, you'll have 2 just to understand how the sequential operation would take place. Vipula. Right?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So now, so you can specify other one. That's it. Now let us save it. Yeah. Yeah. This one, right? See 3 tasks. So they all will be executed sequential. See 2 are complete, third one is. This and linear task flow both are same only, more or less, except that precondition. That's all.
So which one to use when?
If you want to take care of stop on error, stop on warning, then we can go with linear
Okay.
task flow. If not, we can go with this. Not only that, here
Se-
we got lots of
Sequence
other provisions also. So we can
in
also
sequential,
add
right?
decision. Yeah, in sequence we've got much more options. Like we can
Mm-hmm.
add what you call parallel and also decision and also command task and also what you call assignment task. We got many other steps, right? So which can't be done in linear task flow. It has got its own specialities, but even linear task
Okay.
flow has got its own specialities. Yeah. That is with a precondition. Here without precondition. But here in sequential flow, we got much more capabilities, like adding some other tasks which can be executed in parallel. Some could be based on conditions, some where you will have assignment, and some where we can have decision, some we can have notification. All such things we can do it here because we have got here to take care, which can't be done in linear task flow. Correct, no?
Mm, mm. One more thing I did not understand. What is publish means outside IACS? That I did not understand. What is that thing?
Publish means yeah, like deployment we call, right? So deploy means,
Okay.
so where do you deploy? Application server. Once you put it in
Mm,
application server, right? Whoever uses that
mhm.
application server, right, they can invoke it. That's what it means. Yeah.
Okay.
Which means outside also we can invoke. I'll talk about it. Once you publish,
Okay.
right, we can also run it from the
Mhm.
browser. Browser is outside ISCS, right? Yes or no? We can run it directly.
Mhm.
This is one application, right? Browser. This is a Chrome. From Chrome application, we can run ISCS
Mhm.
activities. To do that, we need to publish it. I'll show examples anyway. I've just answered a question. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Hmm. It's over. Huh? Yes, all are completed, right? So that's it. These two are same because duplicate, right? First one is a join.
Mm,
I think we know result, right? We have already seen that. We are just trying to
okay.
execute. That's all, nothing else here. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, do we need to see the result in the target? Not required, right? Anyway, just go. We can see timestamp. See this one,
Mhm.
right? And this is for join. This is for another task. And target is same for both. That's why we have only one target. Yes or no? Because
Mhm.
whichever runs what you call latest, right? So that data
Mhm.
would be there as part of this task target. Yes or no?
Mhm.
So that's it. Yeah. Fine. So now let's move on to another task. There are templates. So for that you guys can try. Let's go with what? Generic task flow, where we can build our own custom task flow from the scratch. So whatever we discuss here, right? All of them will be taken care as part of task flow. So task flow is a superset of all. Yeah. But these independent task flows, right? Pre-built task flows, right? They will have pre-built tasks which are already defined. We'll just make use of it rather than rebuilding it from the scratch. But here we build it by ourselves rather than pre.
Hey, Nashima, quick question. Can we
Yeah,
create or call a parameter or variable in a task flow?
yeah. We can add a parameter and we can get the parameter from outside or from some other task. Yeah. Like for example, in task level we have done, right? Yes or no?
Yes, at the task
Right?
level.
We
Trying to
have
see
done, right?
from
Yeah.
level.
Once you call that task over here, right? Whichever is parameterized, right? So we need to supply what you call value to that parameter, right? Yes or no? That value we can supply within task flow or we can also get it from outside task flow. You
No,
got right?
but exactly where we are going to supply that. I'm trying to see where exactly that
Yeah, that
property.
anyway we are going to see. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
So parameters, I think we have done on your system, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Anyway, so let's understand this independent steps here. Step one, assignment task, assigning a value to a parameter or a variable or a field. Then data task, where we can execute any integration task, which is based on what? Synchronization task or mapping task or replication task or even other templatized tasks, right? And then third is going to be what? Integration operation. In the sense, if someone has already built what we call with set of operations. Those things also can be run here. Yeah. And then notification, if you want to send a mail after completion of 2 tasks, 3 tasks, or at the end of task flow, right? We can use this particular step. Command task, I think you guys would have used it. If you want to use any shell script or bash script or simple command to perform the operation which can't be done within iics, right? We can take care by using that. Yeah. So file watcher task will be used like if some event happens, right? Then this task will be executed. Like for example, let's say we are waiting for file to be arrived. If the file arrives, then this task will be executed and in a specified date and time. Or else it will be up and running. Up and running means it will be polling for the file to be arrived. That's it. Yeah. So ingestion task will be used to run large volume of data. We don't have a license anywhere for it. We cannot run. Then sub task flow, in the sense calling one task flow within another task flow, like workload we have, right, in PowerCenter. Yeah. So this is similar to that. Yeah. Decision task where we can run multiple paths, path one based on one condition, else path two. So that's what we do by using what decision task. And parallel path, I think we know, right? I think we've already done example also, right? So like how to execute multiple paths at the same time. Jump. Let us say we have built a task flow, but we have not expected the control to be reached to one particular task. In that case, we can say jump. Again, restarting the task flow would take place with a specified jump step. Jump to some step. Yeah. So
I'm
throw.
sorry, can you
Let us
explain
say,
again, Narshma? What is that?
yes, please.
Can you explain again, please?
Yeah, jump means let us say flow one, flow two. Flow one we don't expect. So then at the end of flow or in between flow, right? We say jump. Jump to start task or jump to second task. Again it will be executed. Yeah. So the second time it might go to second flow, second path. So we don't expect some path. In that case, we say repeat the operation. In that case, repeat the operation from specified task. That's where we use this jump step. You got right?
Okay.
Yeah. Throw means let us say we don't if we get our flow to one particular task level, then throw error message. Like for example, so let us say we expect some supply data, but we got vendor data. So if we get if the path is supply data, right, then we throw error messages with corresponding error code. That's where throw step will be used for. Yeah. So wait is straightforward. Wait for specific time. For example, task one, task two. So parallel means or let's say task one, task two both are running parallel. Task three. Task three in between task two, task one, task two, and task three, right? We can put a wait. Wait for 10 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever, right? So that it wait for specified time. Yeah, clear, no? So that's it. End task means it indicates what end of a task flow. By default, you'll have it anyway. So, but yes, that indicates end of a task flow. That's it. I hope now every step is clear in this particular task flow asset, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So now let us start supplying what you call task flow with I'll put sequential and parallel. Both we'll try to mix it in the sense some will be executed sequential, some will be executed in parallel. So which indicates what we can have parallel execution and also sequential execution in a task flow. Same thing can also be done in workflow, right? In PowerCenter. Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
So now let us take first one, let's say sequential execution. So first this will be executed followed by this. Now let's go with what? Parallel. Yeah. So parallel. Yeah. See, we are trying to drag and drop, nothing else. So now let us specify one by one. So in start step, we can see what We can configure which protocol do you are we using this Taskflow for messaging or simple SOAP based or REST based API. Yeah. So that's what we are using, and then specify the task. Yeah. Example test. Yeah. This is over. Then second task. Yeah. Let's say this is a join. Yeah. It's over, right? Now, after this, now parallel path starts. Yeah. Parallel path, can you see here? There are two paths here. Path 0, path 1. Yeah. Now, if you want to add some more paths, right? We can also add it. See, we added one more path. Now you'll have 3 here. Yes or no? 1, 2, and bottom 3. So let me just make it full screen. Oh, this one. Can you see here, guys? Path 1, path 2, path 3. Yes or no? So which means here you will have full control. Yeah. But in earlier case, whatever template has got it, we have just used it. Now double click on this line and select any task, any step actually. That's a data task. Similarly, here also we can specify another data task. Similarly, here also you can specify another data task, whatever you want. So let's say we are using what? Data task. Clear, no? So first two are based on sequential. Next three are based on what? Parallel. Clear, no? So you can just put a message here also, like for example, general parallel path start. Clear, no? Next, we can get in here end. Let's say you can specify here parallel path. Yeah, parallel path end. Parallel with end step or whatever, right? So now let us specify task one by one. This is a one task, right? Let's say duplicate. Yeah. Then this is going to be what? I think you'll get one error here. So this join. Yeah. Because here parallel, right? This and that, they'll be the similar task. You'll get error. Or else in a dissimilar task, right? We should not get error because duplicate will try to use it here. Yes. So that's it, guys. So now let us try to make it full. Yeah. Not clear, right? Yes or no?
Mm. Yeah.
Also change task names also. Like we did not change it. Yes, if you want, we can change it. So let's say data task for this is straight through. Right? And similarly, others also you can specify. Yeah, so straight through. So likewise, you can change even for others also, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
And say task name we gave right already. Yeah, task flow sequential. Yeah. So general task flow sequential parallel. Yeah. See now name got reflected in title bar, right? Yeah. Earlier we did not save. That's why we could able to see only task flow 2. After saving, no, it got reflected. So it's valid, right? Yeah. Any questions before we execute this task flow?
Mm.
Yeah. Clear, right? Yeah. Now
Mm.
let us try to publish and Yeah, so let us try to refresh this. See, there are 5 tasks. See, one got failed because of this conflict, right? We know that. Yeah. Rest 4, they all have been successful. That's it. Yeah. Clear now, guys?
Yes.
So now we can see corresponding results here. So this is for join. This is for mapping task. This is for this is I think we have not database is there. It's there. So it's also there. This is not there, right? This is the old one. Only these two, right? So that's it. Yeah, that's it, guys. About sequential and parallel execution. Now, so let us try to create another one where we'll try to add some more. Yeah. So let's say data task. Yeah. And then let's say we add one more, which is sub task flow. Fine. And the parallel we discussed, and we'll also talk about decision. Independent task and calling subtask flow, then conditional based paths. You see, the condition satisfies, then this path will be executed. If not, else path will be executed. Clear, no? Here we're covering 3 things: independent task, calling subtask flow, then checking conditional based path execution. Right? So that's it. That's what we are trying to do here. Yeah. Yeah. Let us try doing it. First thing here, we'll specify the name task flow, one independent, then subtask, subtask flow actually, subtask flow, then followed by decision step, right? So decision steps. Fine, that's it. Now let us try to add one by one. First, independent task. So specify the task name. Let's say independent task, right? Second, calling subtask flow. So because we have already built, right? So we can call. Yeah? So task flow, that's a sequential example, right? That's also over. And next third is what decision. See, decision we can put a condition here based on the formula or whatever. Yeah. So we can specify the task, data task one, and out parameters. Within that, we can see here the based on success rows or whatever, right? We can use any what do you call output parameter, right? Can I see here? So this is a pre-built parameter. Umer, we are trying to use here pre-built parameter. We'll talk about custom also. So pre-built is what? Return value from one of the tasks. You know? If the path one equals or greater than or equal to one, control goes over there, which is this one. Or else,
Can you please click again on what, where did you go to get to this property?
yeah, can you see click on decision? Clear, no?
Okay. Okay.
Then let me maximize it. Here we will have field. Can you see field here? Yes or
Uh-huh.
no? If you
Yes.
specify field, then there are 2 paths, right? Yes or no? Out parameters, success source rows. So Paul, I'll just show it again. Yeah. Let us say we select a field. First thing, you got no? Second,
Uh-huh.
click on drop down, data task one, and output parameters. Right? Can you see here? Then these are pre-built parameters. And select, let's say, success rows or success target rows, whatever. Example, source rows we are using. This is one of the pre-built parameter as a result of task one. You got right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Path 1 greater than or equal to 1, example. Then control will go to path 1 or else it will go to otherwise. Meaning, so this is the greater than or equal to 1 and bottom one is otherwise. In the sense, else block. This is a if block, this is else block. Clear, no? Yes or no?
Correct.
I
Yes.
didn't get it.
Yeah. Yes, madam? Yeah, simple. See, every task will have some result, no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
this task will have parameters. What are those parameters here? Can you see output fields here? These are output fields. Run ID, log ID, task, success rows, all that, right? Yes or no? Now
Mm-hmm.
we need to run subsequent steps based on the result of this out parameters or output fields. Example, we are using success target rows. You got no? Now, where do
Mm-hmm.
we have it? We have just gone to this selected decision, right? And then within that, we selected a field from task one. What is the task one? This one. Yes or no? So
Okay.
from based on the task field is what? The result, right? What is
Mm-hmm.
the parameter from this field? Success
Uh,
rows. Yes, sir.
uh-huh.
Then, if the success rows greater than or equal to 1, then we execute what? This path. Yes or no?
Okay.
Or else
Mm-hmm.
we'll go to this path. Now, what has to be executed within this? That's just a condition, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
you can specify that task, right? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. So let us say duplicate. Yeah. Then, so we can also specify one more. So let's say this is going to be some other task. Yeah. So join, right? So that's it. Now, this is going to be the end of a decision. This is end of decision, right? So end task we can specify end of
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So end of task flow. Yeah. So that's it. I hope it is clear, right? Like how to build. Sorry, how to build the complete task flow. Yeah, based on the condition and also calling another subtask flow. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So yeah.
So what is the subtask we selected here?
Like let us say we have already executed task flow, right? Example, this one. Can you see this one, this one, this one, this? These are all what? Task flows.
Mm-hmm.
Let us say one task flow would take care of what you call uh, healthcare operation, and other task flow, or in this case, we read the data and then execute healthcare flow, then followed by some other flow. Let's say within a healthcare, we execute radiology based on the condition.
Mm-hmm.
If this satisfies, control should go to radiology. If not, dermatology or some other oncology department, whatever. Yeah. So that's what we do based on the condition here. Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Clear, right? And save it. Now run it. Yeah. So our task flow name is different, right? Yes, this one. Yeah, it is still running. It takes time because now we have got multiple tasks, independent tasks and task flow tasks and also decision based tasks. Yeah. So let's try to refresh. See, it is successful, right? If we go inside, right? See, within that, again, three subtasks. We are calling task flow, right? Sagarika, this is
Yep.
what, yeah, let's see, within this task flow, we got three subtasks. And they also
Mm-hmm.
got exit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Yeah. So
Okay.
now, yes, please. Yeah. So now, if you click on this, right? So now I'm talking about no concept here. So we can see the status. See here, green tick. Start step got executed successfully. So we can see success here. Yes or no? Then data task one got successful here. Yes or no? See one success, no errors encountered, and the time taken to complete this particular task also can be seen here, right? And current run, right? This is a task name, and this is what type of task. Input fields nothing, right? These are all just pre-built fields. Yeah? Custom fields we have not added it, right? And then go to uh, subtask flow, right? So we are trying to call here no input fields, no output fields. Then decision. See here, this also started successfully. So here we can see what we call decision properties. They are successful. Yeah. Now can you see greater than or equal to 1? See, condition has gone to this particular path because rows are more than 1. Then it has gone here and flow got ended here. It has not gone to this particular path. Yes or no? Clear, guys?
Yes,
Yes. Yeah.
correct.
Like what is the path of execution here? This is the one way to look at it. But if in case if you want to troubleshoot with errors, what comes in, what goes out, what happens, what is the complete path of execution in detail, right? In that case, we can go to what? The ellipsis button here, three-dotted button, and click on advanced view. So this particular chart, right, will be generated based on what? Active OS, so which is one of the workflow engine that will be used in order to create this particular a complete path of execution with step by step, right? For example, if you go on the left side, this is the task flow name, right? Then within that we can see variables. Within that we can see input, which means what has come in here. You know, see here, input is what? This is also a parameter. Which parameter? Username. So we logged on with this user, right? So that also we can see it here. You know? And then output, what came out? Yeah. So as a result of this particular first one, yeah. So that we can see here. Yeah. So this is nothing. So it's empty, right? Starting point, right? So that's why we can't say anything here. Yeah. Fine. So now the next is what we can also see fault handlers if there are any faults. Yeah. So we can also click on this sequence. Can you see here? Next flow started here. Within a sequence also, we can see variables if there are any variables, or else nothing. And then we have got within a sequence also we can see any input parameters, whatever, right? So that also can be seen here. So it's detailed step-by-step operations can be seen as part of this. For example, if you go to decision, then we have got variables. Then we can also see whether decision got completed successfully or not. Yes or no? Look at here. Decision step got successfully completed. Yeah. So variable count is only one condition we have used, right? Yes or no? So that's it. Now, if you look at this name we gave, right? That's a default name we are using. It's completed successfully. Yeah. Then task flow sequential, right? This is sub task flow. Yes or no? Yeah.
Mhm.
You can see in what flow chart form also here, where we have got like step-by-step operations, right? Like a flow chart. Yeah. So you can clearly see green tick mark, right? Wherever you can see green tick mark, right? The path of execution happened in that way. It didn't go in this way. That's what it
Mhm.
means. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now it is completed. Control has come here, and then it is ended over here in this path. Finally, it got ended here. Yeah. So finally, we can see what end step. Yeah. So the complete path of execution can be seen here. It has not gone here. It's the red marks, right? No faults, nothing, right? But this got executed. See, you can clearly see data task one. It got executed. Yeah. Then it has gone to another flow where we can see data task two. Yes or no? Then so after data task two, we can come down. See, after that, it has gone to another, which is this. Here we can see data task 3. Yes or no? Then no faults, so we don't need to worry about it. Then control comes in here. Then finally, it got into end task flow. Yeah? End task flow has come in here. No faults, right? So this is how what is the complete path of execution can be understood from the detailed what you call flow of execution or
Can you
detailed.
please show me how did you get to this page, process detail page?
Yeah, yeah, I'll
That's
come to that. So now this part you know, right? How we came here. Yeah? Let me click again. Yeah, first thing, this
The
is a
three
monitor,
dot.
right? This is a monitor,
Mhm.
right?
yes.
Click on
Mm-hmm.
task flow first. There, no?
Okay.
Then we
Uh-huh.
get into this high level monitoring flow. Yeah. So now, if you want detailed flow chart, then advanced view. Can you see in the right top where I press the mouse pointer? Then
Yes.
Mhm.
click on it and select what advanced view. Then it will take you to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Clear, no? So that's it.
Yes.
Here you can able to see all. Yeah. So this anyway we discussed, right? That's it. Yeah. Fine. So we can
Yes.
also see executing operations, logs if there are any logs, right? So complete flow. Yeah. Can clearly see. And filter also execution. If there are any faults, we can see it. If there are any data change, we can also see where and it got changed. Yeah. So like for parameters. So pre-built or custom parameters, right? So that we can see here. This is a pre-built ones. Yeah. And then This is step input, step output for everything. We'll have it anyway. So which means you can see here. So like username, right? Like from where it started. Then ICS execution data task. Like that's what we are using here, right? Data task. We take anything here, data task. You'll have this. Where data change happened from data task, right? Till that, no change happens. Yeah? That's where we need to get in. Where there is a task. Yeah, data task one. So, yeah, that's where data task is required. This is a inbuilt name, service name for any data task execution, right? This service will be used. You know? So this is corresponding active voice service is what this one, and then followed by process ID. See, if you execute any task, right, there'll be corresponding process, and every process will have ID, which we call process ID. Then every step will have ID. Within a process, we can have multiple steps, right? Step one, task one. Step two, task two, and so on. Like assignment task is one, data task is one, and command task is one, parallel task is one, decision task is one. I think we have seen, right? Multiple tasks. They are the ones. Clear, no? Yes or no? Then we can
Yes.
see pre-built parameter values. Wait for time to complete and the maximum wait, task name, mapping task underscore test. This is the one we supplied right, as part of input for one task, no? Yes or no? So that's it. Yeah. This is what mapping task type. Yeah. So that's it. That is the input. Then based on that, we can also see the corresponding response here. No? So response means out parameters. See object name, success rows. Can you see success rows 6 it has written, right? Yes or no? What we gave condition, if it is greater than 1, then execute one top. Because it is greater than 1, that is why it is executed top task. Yes or no? We saw that, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? So that's it. This is a pre built output actually, output parameter. So that's it. So likewise, we can see automated step input for other tasks. This is another task. See, process ID is same, but step ID is different, which means some other task we are using, some other step we are using. Yeah. So can you see what is that step here? Mapping task underscore test duplicate. See, this is another task. Yes or no? So this is a global unique identifier. For every task, we'll have unique ID. So that's it. This here also you will have what parameters. These things is same as earlier. Only task got differed, and response also same. So like what it got returned. Task status is one, which is successful. Then success rows, all that we can see it here. Yeah. Okay, right. So that's it. So this is how we can see clearly see what comes in, what goes out, what has happened. Everything can be seen as part of this. So this is based on data change. False, there are no false, that's why it's empty. If there are any false, right, we can directly get into this drop down and see what has happened. Execution means complete flow of execution. So this is a process. Process will have ID, which is what we call process ID. That we have already seen it, right? Then within that flow got changed, which is the process flow, and where then we got begin, you know, then sequence got started, then followed by again begin for that sequence, then event handlers in case if there are any event handlers like a signaling, we don't have it anyway. Then request to execute subsequent task, or task flow, whatever, because we call sub task flow, right? Yes or no? So then input parameters, in case if there are any input parameters, in this case we are using current user, because without user can we execute any task flow? We cannot, right? Yes or no? Then init using whatever parameter that we have used. Then we can see other likewise sequence you can see completely, from top to bottom. So this way we can easily debug. I think one day, I think Umer, you are trying to ask one question, right? Do you have any debugger like parallel debugger we have in PowerCenter, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Actually, it is much more than that. It has got very detailed information which is already pre-built. But in case of parallel debugger, right, we have to create a process, sorry, a mapping in a debug mode, and then step what you call, we need to break or set the breakpoint based on the condition. Then based on if the input data satisfies that condition, then we can start debugging one by one. That's what we do it, right? Yes or no?
Mhm.
So, but here we already have pre-built things to take care. Fine.
But the debugger actually shows you the real time
Yeah, step by
process
step we can do it. Yes,
by step,
step
but
by
it
step we can do it.
shows you the
Yeah.
data. This is a detail about the task, right? These are
No,
not
no,
the
no.
it's not like a
Here we
metadata.
can also see data also. If you enable debug mode, right, we can also see the data.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. So now, so this is clear, right? Task flow part. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Vipula and Sagarika, I hope it is clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's too much for
Lot to
for m-
digest. But
yeah, too much for me. So I think
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
stop
lot to digest.
now.
See, we're
I
not
think we
seniors,
spent
no. Even if we
pretty much
spend, let's say, 5 to
everything.
6 hours continuous, right, we should digest.
So how many hours today?
2 hours, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2 hours got over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll continue for 1 more hour if you're okay.
No, I cannot see 1 more hour.
Not really.
What Umer is ready.
I am fine, yeah, but the other thing is
Like
not.
I'm
What Umer?
losing the what they'll say, not able to focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we can stop then. Yeah. So we'll continue from it.
Yeah,
Tomorrow morning is okay?
yeah.
Or evening only?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, I mean US time.
Same
Morning
time,
is
right?
fine. Yes, same time.
Same time. Today 7:30 p.m. IST.
Correct. That's fine.
Okay. So then we'll
Yeah.
stop here tomorrow. Yeah.
Narsimha, just one question.
Mm.
So, uh, so there will be some bad data in files, right? How do we do the error handling in IACS?
Like same as PowerCenter, we can have reject link where we can capture.
Yeah, like a router, you just route the bad data.
Yeah, for example, like in a router, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have got multiple targets, no? One target good data, other target bad data. Example, filter also we can do it. Or source level also we can have a reject link. Or we can have what they call fault handlers, like error handling, right? Where you can specify error code, reason, why there is an error, right? That also you can add it. Yeah. First two things we discussed. Last one I'll talk about it. How to take care of it. Error handling. Vipula?
Okay, yeah. It's better that we can discuss just.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Fine. Then. So looks like you guys have exhausted. So we'll stop here. We'll continue from it tomorrow. Fine.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks to all guys
Thank you.
and bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Raj.
you.
Yeah. Bye.